And so, are we targeting the media for not?
I'm not targeting the media. It is what it is. Now, had I been able, you're right, I would pull out more stories of what happened because they need to talk about more stories. Like, there's a lot that goes on with African Americans. The only time you do see us, we're not the victims. We actually the people that's doing the crime. Yes. That's not true. Put the truth out if you're gonna do that. And you're right. If I was in charge, I would put more black stuff out. On top, the other reason why I would, because that's what the media does. The media is all white. They put out there what they want you to hear. They want to make it seem that all white people are the victims, or some of them, and all we do is commit the crimes. That's not true.
Okay.
I will focus on what they do not focus on.
Just to understand this a little bit better, is it facts that the people did this act? They said because she is black, or that's just a myth?
That's not.
That's what's being said. It's not. I guess it's not necessily a fact yet.
It didn't come out of their mouth.
Well, actually, let me go on to read what else that I did pick up. It said, Williams says that Alicia Burton, 22, cut her ankle with a knife while saying that's what we do to niggers around here. So that kind of goes into play. I mean, before reading it, because I got this off of Facebook, so I was just disturbed by the fact that I didn't see this in the news. I didn't see this on CNN.
Now, it's funny you got that off of Facebook because I got a couple of articles that I got off of CNN, USA Today. They didn't put that quote in there that they said that.
When we come back, we'll discuss whether or not we think this case should be prosecuted as a hate crime.
The bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, and what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? The bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, and what do you think he saw?
I am stuffed.
After that meal, I have got to pass gas.
Powder room's right there.
No! Daddy's gas can kill us all!
That's right. Toxic clouds like the one I'm about to unleash could make everyone deathly ill. Even that baby of yours. Be right back.
Secondhand smoke contains hydrogen cyanide and other deadly gases.
What a guy.
He is a keeper.
Don't pass gas. Take it outside.
Welcome back to The Final Authority. I'm Deshauna Wiggins, and on the panel with me,
Lynette Johnson.
And
Brian Isaac Marshall.
And our topic for today is the Megan Williams case. So, do you guys think that this should be prosecuted as a hate crime?
Well, okay. For something to be prosecuted as a hate crime, it has to have the contents of what would be considered as a hate crime, which, what about this case constitutes it to be a hate crime?
Well, I think because of the fact that she was a black woman and that there were 6 white people against her, and they called her, they said that's what we do. Allegedly.
That's not facts.
Allegedly. They say that's what we do to niggas around here.
So based upon we don't have any really concrete facts to say whether it should be a hate crime just because they just so happen to be white and she just so happened to be a little black girl. That's not enough for me to say a hate crime. To me, that's just aggravated assault or whatever the other charges were. So at this point, with the knowledge that I have, I say no hate crime.
Well, I don't think it's a hate crime because number one, a hate crime is something violent done to an individual because of race, religion, however, whatever. But I went on to a website, which one? It was a news update on her case. And it says that it was also reported that Megan Williams, the victim, dated one of her attackers, which happens to be Bobby Brewster.
She dated him?
And because of this, it says this in turn undermines the hate crime law. So therefore, it's not a hate crime.
Right.
So it's not a hate crime. She was talking to him. They were involved. Whatever happened, which caused him to lose his mind and go crazy and get his family involved and friends.
So are black people black people want this to be considered a hate crime? Is that what black people are arguing
I
about?
don't even think black people even really know about it, to
Yeah.
be quite honest with you. Before we even go, I think, you know, the first question is still on my mind as far as why the media doesn't know about this.
And I don't understand how they could want it to be a hate crime. It's not a hate crime. So why would you want it to be a hate crime?
Well, without that knowledge, because, you know, they would have to, you know, go and seek that
Now,
out.
before I did hear that they weren't making it a hate crime, and when I heard that, like, I got upset. Like, come on, you have 6 white people, they do this to her. What else could it be?
Yeah.
And then I researched it, and so it happens that she was actually talking to one of the suspects.
I think sometimes black people are just such in a revenge mindset, a revenge mode, that they just, as soon as they hear that this girl got raped, they don't even care the fact that the girl got raped. All they care about is that it was 6 white dudes and she was black, and they just so
No,
quick
it
to,
wasn't 6
oh,
white
let's go,
dudes.
let's rape crime.
It wasn't even 6 white dudes.
What was it? Did
It
I
was
miss it?
3 white women and 3 white men. Yes.
Remember I said
So
And one of them, Bobby Brewster, his mom was
the
involved.
girl, the 3 white women
They helped torture her.
sexually,
I'm not sure about that, but
because if they help sexually, then that's just their sexual orientation. That's still not hate crime.
it's not.
no, it's not. It's not a hate crime. And regardless, I mean, if Bobby Brewster wasn't involved, it may have passed for a hate crime. But the fact that he is involved and she used to date him, it's not because it's dealing with prejudice or religion. Like, he, or race or however, but he didn't show any prejudice or racism towards her, the fact that he was
Now,
dating
my
her.
thing, just because he was dating her, that's still, I'm not saying that it's a hate crime, but just because he was dating her, that still doesn't alleviate the whole knowledge, the whole issue that it could be a hate crime.
Could be a hate crime, but the fact that she dated him, it kills it out. It rules over that.
In whose eyes?
In the courts, obviously, right here in the paper. That's the reason why they said it could not be a hate crime. Because it says that this in turn undermines the hate crime law, which applies to crimes motivated by racial hatred and not by non-race related conflicts.
Okay, it makes sense. Let me tell you my whole issue
Okay.
with this. Before hate, before race, before any of this, it's the fact that this has gotten not as much media exposure as it should have. Now, when I turn on CNN, I'm seeing updates about OJ and his memorabilia issue. I'm seeing updates about T.I. and his gun thing. I'm seeing updates about Michael Vick and Jesus, and we need to put that to rest.
And that's
to me.
crazy.
But this woman to be brutally attacked like this for a week, you know what I mean? I think this is just more heinous. And for us to not see this every day, for us to not to get the updates
you know
every day,
what?
it's sad.
You know what? Viewers like OJ and all the Britney Spears, all these people, I get tired of seeing it over, but they're public figures.
Yeah.
And the reason why they keep playing it because people continue to watch. I don't even watch this, but clearly, you know, you do. So it must be of some interest. And all media really is concerned about is making money. So if they have viewers, you know, they're going to show what's going to make the money. And clearly, these are the public figures. I don't know how much attention you all want this case to have when people get raped every day. You don't want them to show every single rape case.